Okay, I'm going to talk about this new Mac DeMarco. Um, I extremely enjoyed this album. I think it was a very good listen, and a lot of people might take it as, oh my god, 200 songs, almost 9 hours long. I'm not listening to that. I think you should. I think you really should listen to it. I think it's totally worth it, and I think it's a really good listen. I listened to this album in clumps or listen to it in sections because this album doesn't have that much of a structure, but it slightly does, where each song on the album is in the structure of when it was made, the year, the month, the day, and kind of like part twos as well on it of this was the tempo and this was the key of this song, and then I decided to change it and change the tempo and change the key, and there's a one, there's a two. But I listened to this album in sections. I listened to 2018 first, which was the second shortest, actually, of the music. There's only 33 minutes of music, but still very nice to listen to it. And it is followed by 2019, which is a complete difference with an hour and 45 minutes of music. But then it is followed by its greatest contender, which is 2020, with almost 3 hours long of music. It's 2 hours and 34 minutes of music. And simply, you can understand why the most music is in 2020 if you remember those times where you kind of had time to make multiple things of music, and that's all you could really do. Followed by 2021, which is and then followed by 2022, which is only an hour and 27 minutes, which is a perfect time period for this whole compilation. And then followed by the shortest, which is 2023, with only 15 minutes of music. One problem I have with this album is I do think it could have been structured differently. And the way that I formatted it into each year, such as 2018 to 2023, where there's 5 years of music, you could have released those all time periods and released an album each year for those 5 years. So you kind of have a consistent amount of music for those 5 years. But also, there are songs on here that already have song titles. And I think could have took those songs, took a little bit longer on them, and made an album with those songs. Because it only comes to 45 minutes worth of music. The songs I Like Her, No Doubt About It, You Make the Bed, Fooled by Love, She Want the Sandwich, Proud True Toyota, She Get the Gold Star, Turn My TV On, Cowboy Shit, Inside the Beaver's Dam, Ball for the Coach, Goodnight Baby, Scarecrow, Round Here, China, Stratocaster, Father of the Year, and Truth. Those songs altogether is 18 tracks and only 45 minutes of music, which kind of fits the aesthetic of Mac at this very moment in time, where his fans do want a lot of music because they haven't got a lot from him in a long time. And I think if he spent some time on these 8 tracks, maybe another year or so, perfecting them, mixing and mastering them, coming up with better lyrics, maybe making some of them longer, maybe making some of them shorter, and coming up with a complete album would be excellent, and I think would be a very smart idea, but he decided not to go with that. What is also on this album, and kind of my favorite, because it's some of my favorite music, genre-wise, is there's a lot of ambient music on here, which I extremely enjoy. There's a 22-minute long ambient song on here, which kind of sounds like something from which I actually enjoy. And the 22 minutes does go very slow because the tempo is very slow, but that's what ambient music is basically supposed to do. The thing I like about this ambient music It's because it comes with my favorite song on the album that includes no vocals, which is 2020 02 292. It is almost 14 minutes long, and it is plainly just a ambient song. But it's so hallucinogenic that I absolutely adore it. And I can find myself closing my eyes and getting so sucked into it that it just feels like I'm listening to a song from a professional ambient musician that's been doing shit like that for 10 years or so. What my favorite song is, with vocals, is Father of the Year. It was the first song I heard off of this album. I think I just scrolled through the album, took a brief look at it, and was like, Father of the Year. Let's see what this is about. And I love all of it. It's a really, really good song, and it's original Mac stuff just talking about his life. And that's the kind of music I really like from Mac. Um, so yeah, I think anyone should listen to this album. People might look at it firsthand and think, oh my god, 9 hours long of music, almost 200 tracks. I'm not going to listen to that. But I think if you listen to it the way that I did, it's very much more simple. Because listening to music for less than 3 hours, I think many people that like music kind of do every single day and kind of have enough time on their hands to listen to 3 hours of music. And the longest time period of music on here is less than 3 hours. So you could listen to this entire album in 5 days and I think still enjoy it very much. And you can take breaks in between and even take a whole day to give your thoughts about the album, which is extremely good for many people. Um, but also, you could just make a playlist of the song titles or the songs that have vocals on them and just listen to those tracks. You could clump together the songs of just the ambient style and just listen to the ambient songs. And I think you still kind of get an experience out of everything. Yes, I extremely like this project. Um, I think it could have been done differently, but of course, that's all up to Mac. Um, I will give this album a light 8. I have some critiques. It is a very hard listen. When you try to listen to it completely, but the way that I listened to it, I think was very good. So yes, I'll give this a light 8. It was very enjoyable. I think it could have been structured a little bit better. I think it could have been released a little bit different. But I still think this is a very good project. I think fans have just been waiting for Mac DeMarco's music for a very long time. And he kind of just went, boom, here it is. So yeah, give it a listen. Thank you for listening to this. And